Hey pack leaders, thank you so much for joining this pre-recorded webinar. Now I'll be doing some other future webinars live as time persists, but I guess if the time didn't work out, the pre-recorded is probably the best route to go for now. I know that I'm talking to people from all kinds of time zones from all over the world, and there's just no way for me to stay up all in the wee hours of the night to do live webinars for everybody that would work for them. So thank you so much. I want to go ahead and ask you to, uh, turn off your phones, put distractions aside, close the door, pause the video we need to do to put the kids to bed. I need you to dedicate time so that you could focus and invest in yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me switch over to the slides, and we'll go ahead and start the presentation. Alright, so you came here to learn how to trade like a pro without you watching tick marks all day. Who wouldn't want to do that, right? I know that some of you guys are just babysitting the tick marks, and I used to do that too, and it's just not working out. When it just gets tired, we get kind of emotional, and we're just not on our on our game basically. So my goal is to show you how to manage your trades 24/7 automatically. Who would love to do that? I know that you're at home, you can't really respond and it's recorded, but go ahead and just nod your head if you would love to manage your trades 24/7 automatically. Okay? Alright, so if you stay until the end, I'm going to show you a demonstration of the best trade bot that's out there that I feel is going to be helping you grow your portfolio over time while you sleep. So go ahead, if you haven't turned off your phones yet, distractions, please do so. Pause this video and get what you need to get done. Shut down Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and focus on and invest in yourself. Okay? Alright. So a little bit about myself. My name is Hien Kwok. This is my family, Evan, right here. My daughter Penelope, my wife Amber. We're at the Science Center at a little field trip here. Being able to be there with it was the most important thing to me, and spending as much time as I can because they're growing up so fast. So a little bit about me. I started trading cryptocurrencies for over a year now. In this new world of crypto, it's the Wild West, and things are always changing all the time. And what I did was I was able to program the AutoTuner bot for trading cryptocurrencies, because I felt that there was a need. The settings were always changing, and there's lots of bots to manage, and I couldn't manage them all. At least for 24/7, because then there's certain rogue bots that go bad and they start taking losses constantly. Okay, and so what I did was I used the strategies that I learned from my aerospace engineering background and applied it to the tuner. Okay, and I'm very passionate about family. I'm very passionate about passing legacies and instilling values to our children. And I'll let you know why that's so important. So growing up, I always wanted to be close to my dad. Kind of like, I know that probably everyone out there, or most of you guys, probably have daddy issues where you want to spend more time with them, and he was just always gone, or always working, or just never really gave us enough time with them. Okay, so one day, I was just waiting for my dad to come home from work, and I was so excited to see him. But I guess something happened that day. I don't know what it was, but I was probably only like, I don't know, maybe 3 years old or something at the time, but I still remember it. I ran towards him and I was like, "Daddy, Baba, Abba," and then I grabbed him, holding my leg, and I was just like trying to sit on his leg and kind of just play with him, right? And the next thing I noticed, like, he just flicked me with his foot or his leg, and I just went flying, and I just hit my towards the wall. My back just dunk, and then slid down. And then I was like, I didn't know what happened, like what was going on, and I cried, like, just bah, like, and I was like, what just happened? Like, I just didn't understand at the time that he was tired. He was probably frustrated at work, and he needed some time alone just to relax. I'm sure that the burden of having to provide for the family, working late nights or at a donut shop, or doing dishes, whatever he was doing at the time. I think he was probably washing dishes at the time. And it was like, probably at his low point in his life. I don't know. So over time, we always had financial struggles, and we always had a penny pinch, and we couldn't do the things we wanted to do. And my dad was always gone, working. And eventually, he started making donuts, where he would have to sleep during the day, and then go work at night. And so when he's sleeping, I'm in school, and then when I got back from school, he's probably still sleeping, and then he has to go to work right away. So he might have a meal with us for dinner. Maybe some days not even that, and he has to work the night shift. Okay. And so I wanted to be close to my dad, and there's something that I wanted to change about that when I became a father. So when I grew up, I worked as an engineer, and I did trajectory analysis, setting rockets and you know weapons into space. So and we did that for about 5 years until 2008, 2009. I got laid off once at 2008. Got into ATK to do missiles and 6 degree of freedom trajectory simulations. And that a year later, 2009, the market crashed and I got laid off again. And then but when I first started working, I realized that my first couple of paychecks, on my first one or two, I was like, wait a minute, I did 40 hours and there's like maybe 28% that's gone. Like, where did that go? Like, and it was like, well, it's taxes. I was like, wait a minute, I had agreed to this, whatever it was. I think it was like probably 35 or 40,000 at the time, and I was expecting that, and it just got slashed to like maybe 25 to $2,800 per paycheck or something like that, or per month. I don't know. And I was like, what happened to the extra grand? Like, come on, what happened? And I was like, all right, well, I guess I need to work harder to catch up to what I had agreed on, I guess. So I started working harder, and the next paycheck came, it was like 35 to almost 37% on taxes. I was like, wait a minute, I worked more, harder, and I'm getting penalized. Like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, I just didn't get it. And so I had to go and learn about taxes and just figure out, what is taxes? Why are they penalizing me? Is there a way around this? Is there a way to be on top of this tax thing, and maybe get more from the work I put in? So I learned, and then eventually I learned about that you have to go be in business. That's where you get your tax deductions. So I was like, all right. So during that time, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. We decided I was probably married already. Yeah, I was married already, and we decided to take over Donut Shop. In the calculations, everything, I kind of calculated. I was like, dude, I'm pulling $16, almost 16 hours a day, from 4 o'clock in the morning till about 10 at night, and then somewhere along the line, I had to make donuts till 4 in the morning. Okay, so my wife was there to help me, but as soon as first we got there, we found out she was pregnant with Penelope, and so for the first 3 months, she was just leveled, like could not get up at all. So my aunt came in to help me out during the day while I can sleep, and then make donuts at night. But what I figured out was that even though as we increased the business, more income came in, more expenses came in, because I would have to need more cashiers, more supplies, and with that, higher taxes and fees. And we changed their name, so we had to get things up to code, and eventually the numbers just didn't work out. I was only making about $4 an hour running this business, but because we were running at 16 hours a day for 7 days a week, that's where it kind of got us by. And I was like thinking, when I was doing aerospace engineering, 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, I would work way harder and more hours, because I have to work 7 days a week, 16 hours a day, just to make it work. Okay. And I was like, I don't know how long I can do this. And I was like, and I want to be there for my wife while we're having our first baby. So I just went ahead. I was like, I bit the bullet. I'm sure it's gonna work out. We hired workers, cashiers, bakers to make donuts at $8 an hour, knowing that we're only pulling $4 an hour in the donut shop. So we're actually losing $4 per hour for every person that works at the shop. Okay, and I was like, we're losing about $2,000 a month, I think, just going through this. So here's me. This is our donut shop. We eventually called new ownership. It used to be Quality Donuts. We changed it to Donut Deli. And that's Jeremy, me right there, and CJ making twist donuts. So that's how we got to cut the slits and cookie cutter kind of thing to cut the donuts out. And that's me. Okay. Those are some long times, and there were times where I was just so scared about the finances, and it's just not really making by, scraping by actually. Just if I was doing all the work, and I was just so scared. Like I just remember, like in the back here, this is what the donut fryer is in the back, and we'll put cardboard on the bottom, and you'll see, oil drips on the cardboard. And one day when I was just by myself, I just knelt down. I just prayed. I was like, Father God, I just don't know what to do. I've never owned a business before. I'm so scared, and I have a baby coming. Just please guide me and help me through, because I don't know what to do. But I'm just gonna, as long as I get up every day, I'm just gonna show up and do my best. And it brings tears to my eyes right now talking about this, because I was really scared. And there's times where you don't know what to do but to look up. Okay, so let me move on. So eventually we did close the donut shop down, but we noticed that every single month something would come through, either an extra payment here or something shows up just out of nowhere. Eventually, we just said, you know what, it's just not working out. So we had to close up, and then eventually we did lose the home in bankruptcy. Okay, we sent an email out to I guess our group of friends and the people that were following the Donut Deli, and someone from when I was doing real estate back in the day. This was after I got laid off too. I did that for about a year and a half. He's like, hey, I have a home. I'm flipping through real estate. Why don't you come and, I heard your wife's a chef. Why don't you come and help me out with my kids, get them ready for school, and your wife can help me out. Cook, will give you free room and board, and you can help my brother do real estate. So like, all right, and I was like, all right, let's. Like, it sounds like a plan. Let's do it. And we were already looking in Texas to kind of find a way to, because it was just way cheaper out there. It might be a place to have opportunities, but we actually went and stayed with them instead, which was definitely a blessing, because we didn't know where we were going to get money for rent with this much money in debt. All right, so I was there with them, and eventually I did find a job at Burger Bullets, and every day leaving for work, it was hard because Penelope was about maybe, I think, almost a year by then, and I just felt trapped when she would cry when I leave, and I know that it's just I'm sure that your kids have done this to you, and you're kind of like, hey, they're just crying, come on, let's just go. But I remember I'll just hug her and then like say goodbyes, and then I have to push her away, and then my wife would have to pull her away too, while her hand was just around my neck, kind of like scraping as they're pulling her away from me. And it just hurt because I felt like it was the same thing as my dad kicking me away, and it was something that I promised I wouldn't do to my own children, and I felt that I had to push her away so that I had to go to work. Okay. And so I didn't want her to feel like she didn't have a dad around either. Okay. And so I told myself I had to figure out this money thing. Like, what is money? Why am I having so much problems with it? Like, why is it not working out for me? What's going on? So I was driving Uber at the time, trying to get make ends meet, and on a downtime I was on my YouTube, just in the dark at night. It was cold, and you see the mildew on the window, and it was time where it just felt really alone, and I just went out and just kind of Googled it and YouTubed it, and I was like, what is money? What is money? How is money created? And what I've learned was that there's actually multiple ways, but the first one I would talk about is fractional reserve banking, where you put $10 into the bank can then loan $100 out as if it was their money and collect interest on $100. And when that $100 goes to another bank, that next bank can loan out $1,000, 10 times of what it's actually 9, but it's about 10 times of what is actually in the bank. Basically, creating money out of thin air and be able to collect interest on that $1,000 as if it was theirs, which isn't theirs. And so over time, what it does is it inflates the currency, and when things inflate, just like real estate and gas and anything else that we know is around us that's increasing in price, it causes inflation, and inflation is like a hidden tax that reduces our purchasing power. So when I work a certain amount, let's say we'll go back to aerospace engineering, 40, for 3,000 a month, and then that price increases, I have to work more in order to, buy the same things I want to buy. But at the same time, I was working more with more income. I get taxed even more, and I was like, wait a minute. And then some people finance their stuff and put in credit cards and try to pay that off with interest, and you're trying to chase after that and pay that down, or you have a mortgage and that's eating interest in your income too, but your salary is not increasing. You kind of like think, hey, you know what? It just you're like beaten down by debt, uh, just living with, you know, trying to get by with your expenses, and also as they're creating more and more currency, you can't really catch up. Nowadays, we try to save for a down payment for a house, but the prices have gone so high so fast that no one can't do that anymore, especially in California. That is just, if you're not in, you kind of left, you kind of missed the train in a sense, and it's just hard. And you have kids who have to come back home because they can't provide for themselves or they can't provide for their family anymore. So that's what I've learned. I was so jaw dropping. I was like, wait a minute. So all this hardship was because they was able to create money so easily out of thin air, and I had to work really hard, and then have nothing to show for it at the end of the day. But I'm gonna send you those video links, okay? One is fractional reserve banking, so don't go looking for it, and the other one is Mike Maloney's Hidden Secrets of Money. Okay, don't get distracted. I'll send you those links in an email later. All right. So this is what I just talked about here. And so I just, it's like the Matrix where we are slaves. It's a system that's created to enslave us so that we don't go and, go and do other things that might, in a sense, be going against what the government's trying to do. Okay? Now, there's a bigger picture about this, which I'll show you later. I don't want to talk about it now, but it has to do how we use the dollar to also conquer other countries. Okay? Through debt instead of by sword. It's much easier to conquer a country by debt. Okay. So I'll send that link to you. Okay. So it silently steals your purchasing power through inflation. Okay. And then, of course, the money fights happen. As I saw how my parents were fighting. My dad's trying to save. My mom is trying to provide and feed us. And then, the broken relationships happen, broken families, and then broken children. And then children then replacing their broken family or replacing family with drugs and gangs. And you kind of see it as just a downward spiral. And then they kind of go on to have their kids, and they don't have a role model of what a family is all about. And then, it just perpetuates the brokenness for many generations. Nowadays, most people don't get married anymore, or they don't, divorce is a pandemic. And it's just like a normal thing nowadays to get a divorce. So, in 2008, Bitcoin was a revolution against the fiat dollar. When I say fiat, it's like fake dollar because it was created out of thin air, backed by nothing. Just how Rome also fell, the U.S. probably will end up in that realm too. Hidden Secrets of Money talks about the 7 stages of empire. And we're already on the 6th or 7th stage already. You'll see that in the link. Okay. Now, what I did was I started, learning about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? What is it all about? And it's like a digital currency that's confirmed by cryptography. Okay. I'll send you some links about that. But basically, there's a limit. There's 21 million coins that would ever be created, and it caps out, and you can't create any more than that. Okay. Just like gold. Once it's all mined, it gets harder and harder to mine the remaining ones, and it gets limited. So you can't just print money out of thin air and inflate everything. So they also have alternative coins or altcoins, where they will release in an ICO or initial coin offering. So what I did was I arbitraged it. And arbitrage is kind of like you buy low, you sell high. When initially, before they release it publicly, you can buy it at a lower price and then flip it into the exchange and sell it at a higher price. And I did that over and over until I earned about $5,000. And I just realized how powerful trading was. And I was like, Thomas, I didn't like to trade because I felt the burn when in 2008 as an engineer I saved into my 401k, and to see that go down in half, I was like, you know what, I don't want to play this anymore. I even tried trading stocks afterwards, and I was like, you know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't want to even touch it. And I felt that that limited me a lot as far as the opportunities goes. But because I realized how powerful it was now, I've taught myself like I need to learn it. So I learned about candlesticks, pennant flags, trading patterns, and technical analysis, and elite waves. These are all different kinds of trading strategies that people have used to, in a sense, anticipate where the market is moving, and I've been able to do that successfully, too. Okay, so went ahead and did it, and so there's one time where I made $800 in 30 minutes, and that's how powerful that is. It was a coin called Dentacoin, and I was actually trying to set a stop loss, just kind of managing it and kind of getting my trade set up, and I had accidentally did a market buy all the way up, and it pumped it up accidentally, and I was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oops, let me sell this real quick," because I didn't meant to do that, and this was the third pump for the day, and people were like saying like I saw in the chat rooms, they're like, "Oh, Dentacoin, will you go to sleep already?" Normally it doesn't pump more than once or twice a day, right? But this is the third pump which I kind of started it. I sold it, and then I was like, wait a minute, what if it pumps again? So I did another buy order as it pumped up. I sold, came down, bought, and I was filling orders on the up and then buying orders on the bottom. And I sold it a second time within 30 minutes and made $800. It was heart pounding. I was like, whoa, I can't believe that just happened. That was intense. That's probably never gonna happen again, and it didn't. And then the next couple of days afterwards, I tried trading again, and the profits started to dwindle as I got tired. I couldn't, got emotional. I got too greedy, and I just started losing, staying up, and it just didn't work out anymore. And I was like, I can't do this. And if I stopped trading, I stopped making more money. Okay, and that's just like no difference than a job, right? You stop working, you stop being paid. So what I needed an asset. An asset is something that you buy that has an income that would always come in, just like real estate. You buy a cash flow in real estate, and something that I realized was that when you set up one of these bots that do make money over time, they also become an asset because it's constantly training for you without you having to put in additional work. Okay, and so that's what I wanted to focus on when I looked at this. Like, how can I make a trade bot an asset? Okay, and that's where I researched different trade bots, and I found the one that I needed some customization so I can programmatically manage it, and also control it to do what I need to do when markets change, and markets change all the time. I also need something with great support, and I kind of started moving away from fixed price trade bots because I know that with fixed price they don't have the support or the ability to stay up to date with all the changes that's happening in the wild west of crypto that's changing all the time. When things break, we need to be on top because money's involved, and we need to get that fixed right away as fast as possible. And so we did find a bot that does do that. Okay. All right. So what I did was when I first got my hands on these bots, I had to tune these bots by hand, and I had no background trading. All I knew was that if I changed the setting and I back tested, I got an ROI result, and that's it. And I don't know what else to do. And so there was a custom bot that uses the MACD, which is the moving. It's like a moving average, convergent divergence. Kind of tells when the trend is moving in a downward motion or upward motion, and then the RSI is called the relative strength index, which is like a kind of like if there's a lot of sells, then most likely there's probably gonna be some buys coming up, and there's a lot of buys, then there's most likely gonna be some sells coming. Okay, so it kind of measures that. Are any of you guys getting this? Nod your head if you are. Okay, is this pretty awesome so far? Let me know. Just nod your head again if it is. So are you excited? Okay. So the next one was Bollinger Bands. The Bollinger Bands was kind of like ping pong. If the candlestick starts to move to the other side of these bands, in a sense, you kind of expect it to bounce the other direction. Okay. And so these have the little number settings that are in there that when you change it, you back test it, you get a certain result for the last, I don't know, 7 days or last 14 days. And what it did was like it helped us kind of tune these settings, back testing it until we got a high enough ROI that we're saying, hey, this is good enough. Let's get forward test it to see if that's what we're gonna actually get in real time. Okay, but what I found out is that these settings kept on changing, and not all the bots that we've tuned had the result in the forward test. And so I created AutoTuner to kind of help me out and speed up the process so that I can tune multiple bots, lots of bots, and forward test all of them, and then pick out the ones that are doing well, that are congruent to the back test, that are actually profitable in the forward test, and then that's the one we would then switch from a simulator wallet to a live wallet. Okay, and then that's when I also then realized that, hey, as this bot is making money, and in conjunction with the tuna, it also kind of became an asset. So as long as it's making money, I just kept letting it run. It might take some small losses now, but there are trailing stop losses to kind of help reduce the risk and manage the risk, and then continue forward testing, and forward trading, and accumulating the ROI that we would want while we're sleeping. Okay. So after being debt free, I thought that maybe I could help more than just myself and my family. I was able to pay down $15,000 of credit card debt with the crypto trading I did and the ICO flipping arbitrage stuff. And then on top of that, I was able to accumulate up to about $80,000 worth of crypto holdings from the ICO at the highest point. Okay, and so with that, I was like, I wasn't really sure that I was ready to help the world, but I thought maybe if I just help one family at a time, I thought it might be worth it to help another family be able to, or a parent be able to instill values to their children. And so I realized that not only I could benefit and help more families bring parents home, but to instill values to the children and change this trend of broken families. Okay. Well, I remembered how I felt growing up without my dad, and the pain I felt. I wouldn't want another person to feel the same. And so if I could help just one parent to be able to stay home with their children, I thought it would be worth it. So I'm here to open myself to you, to the world, sharing with you my family, my experience, my story, and putting myself out there for you guys, doing videos, teaching and sharing what I know. And I believe that every family is one consistent recurring passive income away from freedom. Okay? So after doing things over a year, we already talked about that. Made 800 in less than 30 minutes. Arbitrage ICO coins, which is like the initial public offerings for a stock, but it's initial coin offering for coins, and arbitrage that for over $5,000. I paid off $15,000 in credit cards, and I am debt free from the crypto earnings. I even grew the portfolio up to $80,000. It's a little less now since the turn, but I still have probably about half-ish still. I'm expecting my current holdings right now is a 2-year plan, and that's where I expect to sell from today. Okay, and I think that if it gets to where I think it will get to, I'll probably be a millionaire right then, but we'll see. All right, so I discovered this crypto trading thing the hard way, but you get to cheat and you get to get it the easy way. Okay, so the hard way, you get to watch these charts and you gotta watch them bounce up. It's like, do you think this is gonna go up, or do you think it's gonna go down, or you think it's gonna keep going? What do you think? Right? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. I watch all these YouTube videos of people who are technical analysis and professional traders, and they all make bad calls too. And no one knows really. They just know that it's gonna break out, but they don't know maybe to the upside or maybe to the downside. They just know something's gonna happen. And so, watching tick marks at 4 a.m. in the morning to buy in is totally mentally exhausting. Now, who would agree with that? Nod your head, you are. And I couldn't wait to exit positions. So look at this. This is at midnight at 40 minutes. For 12:40 in the morning. If you have gotten in and if it kept going up, between this time span and this time span, who knows? That's like a few hours, like 3 or 4 hours, right? From 20 to 22, you would probably have to wait till 3 in the morning to get out of this position. And if you're already exhausted by then, and what time you normally sleep. It's just it just wasn't healthy, I'd say. Mentally, I got a headache. My head was spinning. I got foggy brain. I was just too tired to think clearly. During the day when I'm with my wife and kids, they're always talking to me. I don't remember things. Short-term memory. I'm just like I'm there physically, but I'm just not there mentally. Okay, and on top of that, while you're watching this, you can't spend time with your family because you're babysitting these charts all day. Okay? So, do you want an easy way that does not require you to babysit tick marks? Let me hear. Let me nod your here. Nod your head. You are. I would want that. Wouldn't you? So in the past 6 months, I've done over 20,000 bot trades, and I didn't have to look at tick marks at all. Okay, and it happens so fast too. All right, so results are not typical. I'll walk you through what I'm doing, but the results can vary depending on market conditions. All right, the 3 secrets. Secret number 1: how to professionally trade and not gamble. Okay. Secret number 2: how to trade most of the cryptocurrencies when you don't know how to or hate trading. I know there's a lot of coins out there. You probably haven't even researched them, but I'm gonna show you how to trade on them without even knowing much about them. Okay. And how to set your trades to continually trade 24/7 even when you don't have the time to do it. So you have a side job, you gotta sleep, you gotta go places, you have kids to watch. I'm gonna show you how to do the trading while you're busy doing life and doing and enjoying the things that you love. Okay. All right. Secret number 1: how to professionally trade and not gamble. So I didn't like to trade, but I had to learn it. Just like maybe what you're doing right now. You don't like what you're doing. Maybe you do. I don't know, but I think a lot of people don't like what they're doing right now, and they wish they could be doing something else or something better. But you're doing what you're doing because it provides for the family, provides for you, pays the bills, and it does. You're doing what you need to do. Okay. So I'm going to kind of give you this analogy of this Call of Duty on how to trade professionally and not gamble. I don't know if you played play Call of Duty, which is this first-person shooter game. Nod your head if you have. Yes, it's a pretty awesome game, I think. But I enjoy shooting games. But if you have not played it before and you have a kid or a son who also plays this often, and you try to play with them, or like me, a cousin who plays it well, and he's like, going out, he's jumping over things, taking out people, headshots, and he knows how to hide. And you try, and you're like, as soon as you step out, blah, you're dead. And as soon as you turn the corner, you step on a landmine, you blew up. And you're like, you don't last very long. You're like, how is this kid out shooting me? And I'm a grown up, right? Well, basically, it's because he's been trained by it. Okay, anything that you have been trained by, you know how to handle the risk. You know when to pop your head out. You know not to pop your head on the same place. You know not to step on a landmine, and what looks like a landmine. You know where to hide. You know where to avoid being shot at, and you know how to shoot back. Okay, and that's the same thing with crypto trading. Okay, even if you don't know how to trade, you would then use the trade bots that know how to do that, and it will trade for you because it knows what to do, and it knows when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so that's how you would trade like a pro. It's basically educate yourself with it, and you won't be gambling. Okay, especially if you go to Call of Duty with no training, you'd probably gamble with your virtual eyes. But if you played it for a while and you know the game and you know where to go, you're not gambling with your life. Okay. All right. So secret number 1: Haas Online Trade Bot. Okay, so this trade bot has all the indicators imaginable, has custom scripting, pre-built strategies, easy to use. So we're leveraging their knowledge and what the professionals do. Okay, they've got it all set up, and all we have to do is change a few settings, back test them, and then forward test it, and then flip it to a live wallet if it starts to make money. Okay, so this is what the Haas Online Trade Bot looks like. It's already set up for you here, and there's this safety settings so that it manages the risk, and then there's more settings below that does what I talked about before: the MACD, the moving average convergence divergence, the RSI, the relative strength index, and the Bollinger Bands, which is like the ping pong ball thing that kind of bounces back and forth, so you kind of know where to go. And so you create these bots that will simulate it on a simulator wallet. You're not using real money. It's just a simulator wallet. And once you see something like this, you're like, hey, you know what? This is pretty good. If it's making 14%, let's go ahead and clone this to a live wallet and then let them do the work. Okay. So secret number 2, how to trade all the coin pairs when you don't know how to or hate trading. And then why I hate trading, because I don't want to watch tick marks. And I'll talk to you about the Tortoise and Hare analogy and the dating analogy. Okay. Well, just like, you know, trading is, I mean, it's not too exciting. It's just like a repetitive work, you know, that you do day in day out, that you probably do already at your own work. You do the same thing over and over, and it's proven to either, you know, handle customer service, or it's proven to make a sale, or it's proven to wash your car, or it's proven to make a, you know, something. All right, it works. It works consistently. Just like trading, there's some consistent systems that, as long as you do them, it's gonna produce some results, some results. It's all hard work. Okay. And it is time consuming. Imagine if you could automate your work. That'd be awesome, right? Alright, so the Tortoise and Hare versus Hare strategy. So this strategy isn't like where I was like trading for like 30 minutes and made 800 bucks, and then that's like the Hare. Well, you can always make more money if you sat there and you know, properly trade and you build up your experience, and then you could find a spot to make 20-30% ROI. Okay, or maybe 800 bucks in 30 minutes, like what I did. Okay. But they don't happen very often, and then you get tired, you go to sleep, just like the Hare. The Tortoise, on the other hand, just small, consistent profits. It just keeps moving, and it does this 24/7 while you're asleep, while you're with your family, while you're doing things that you love, little by little, building out your portfolio. Okay, and that's the Tortoise versus the Hare strategy. Okay, and the trade bots will allow you to do that 24/7. Okay, along with the AutoTuner that will manage those bots. Okay, which I'll share with you later. And also the dating analogy. If you had you ask, if let's say you're a bachelor, you want to go on a date, you're gonna have to ask a lot of people out on a date. If you ask 10, since I'm a guy, if you ask 10 girls, maybe you might have a ratio of 1 to 10. One out of those 10 might say yes. Well, if you ask 100 girls out on a date, you might get 10 dates. All right, so just like that. So in crypto, there's a lot of coins, and not all the coins are producing income. Okay, some are down, some are sideways, some are up. So what we do is just like the dating analogy. We monitor and create bots for all the coin pairs and forward test as many as we can, or at least as many as the computer will allow, and watch those. And the ones that are forward testing and showing consistent profits, then that's the one we filter out and pick out and clone to a live wallet. Okay, so that's what we do. It's hard work, tortoise type of, you know, thing. We look forward, tune all 50 to 100, you know, coin pairs, and each coin pair takes a little bit of time to do. Okay. All right, so when you tune your bots, what we do is it kind of takes a little bit of experience, right? Because you know, if you're playing Call of Duty, you kind of know what to do. You can leverage some of our experience. We have a 7 initial guesses that's thrown at the bots that we kind of use and backtest. That will handle settings that are pre-configured for downtrends, uptrends, side trends, and use those, and then we'll backtest them to see what kind of ROI comes back. So we'll use the initial guess, which sends a set of initial guesses, like 10 to 20 different sets. Once it finds the best one, it does a driving method, which then does a positive, negative. Actually, I'll talk in more detail on the next couple slides, but it will do the driving method, then a sweep method, and then a massage method, and that's how we tune our bots. Okay, and on this tuning will take about 30-40 minutes to do it by hand manually. Alright, so initial guess method, and let's kind of go into more detail. We throw a list of proven initial guesses, and it's built from months of experience, which you get as part of as when you get access to the AutoTuner. Okay, so you're leveraging our knowledge. Okay, and then the driving method, once it finds the best initial guess with the best ROI, it uses that to then change the settings, each setting, positive step in a positive direction, and then it'll backtest it and get the ROI, you know, changing the negative step in negative direction, and then back test that and get an ROI, and then it'll kind of compare, say which direction did well. If it did better in the positive direction, it'll just keep going in the positive direction until there's no more improvement in the ROI. Okay. The sweep method. Once it's gone through that, it's going to sweep through different moving average types and different checkboxes that are in the settings. And once it goes through that, I think I might have a thing here. Yeah, these are different moving averages, right? Like DEMA. I believe that I don't even know what that means right now, but EMA, exponential moving average. There's MAMA. There's simple SMA, simple moving average. There's WMA, weighted moving average, and different kinds of moving averages that I don't even know the equations to. I've kind of googled them at one point, and I kind of forgot what they do. I don't even know what, like, some of the abbreviations, like for MAMA. I think it's yeah, I don't even know. So you don't need to know either, right? All you need to know is that you pick one of these guys, you back test it, you get an ROI, and that's what you need to do. You leverage what the bot knows. Okay. So this is the sweep method where we go through every single one, back test them, and then pick out the one that has the best ROI, and that's all you need to know. Okay. All right, and then we'll sweep to the different checkbox combinations. There's different types of that require full candle close. We set the middle. These are for the Bollinger Bands, so the one with the ping pong, and then or you can allow it to sell within those bands, and so we'll check and sweep through every single one of these checkboxes and back test them, and then we'll pick out the best checkbox settings with that too. Okay, and then once we're done with that, then the final part is the massage method. We change a single setting in a positive direction, we back test, and then we do a negative step in the negative direction and back test, and then we choose either a positive setting or a negative setting, or we keep the original setting if there's no improvement, and then we move on to the next setting and do it again. So it kind of slowly massages instead of driving it all the way to the end. We just do a little bit here and here, a little nice soft massage, and as that increases the ROI little by little, it'll then give us better numbers. Alright, so just like the numbers game, as you're asking as many people on a date as you can, you're gonna probably get a better success ratio, just like how we do trade bots. So what we do is we create different all the coin pairs that we can find, right? ADA, BCC, Bitcoin Cash, BNB Coin, Binance, BitShares, Dash, Litecoin, Ethereum, Icon, IOTA, Litecoin, and we forward test them, okay, on a simulated wallet. Doesn't cost you anything. It's just a simulated wallet, okay. And then based on that, on the simulations that are doing well, for like 14%, then we can then identify and filter out the bots that are doing well, and it's good all hard work because it takes a lot of time to do these bots. Then we'll clone them into a live wallet, and then monitor them the progress of those live coins. If they go bad, then we'll have the AutoTuner to look at it and then either do a manual sell or restart the process from a kilobot, and then we'll look for new bots to forward test or to trade again. Okay. All right. How are you guys? How's everyone doing so far? Thank you so much for still being here on this video. We're gonna get to secret number 3 pretty soon, and then hopefully you guys are learning a lot. Are you guys excited? I hope you guys are. Nod your head if you are. So hope you guys are you guys getting any of this? Let me know. You can if you have any questions, you can definitely send me an email at the end. Okay. All right. So tuning the hard way with hard work. So our parents are always tell us like, hey, work hard, and it'll pay off, right? And we do. This is what we do. Is just we work hard when we create our bots. Okay, so tuning these bots take 30 to 45 minutes per bot, but after about 3 or 7 days, the settings kind of expire, the market changes, and you have to retune the bots again. And when you're monitoring over 100 bots, a lot of the hard work that you put into it, it will pay off. You will trade, and then you kind of become a professional at this because they're like, how'd you do that? I was like, well, I put a lot of hard work into it, and if you're not willing to put this hard work, it's not going to pay off. Okay. So have you guys heard this law of nature that says hard work pays off? And does it prove true to you? Like, I know that you've worked hard to be where you are today, and you kind of understand that law. I hope. All right. But don't forget that work, not just to work harder, but work smarter. Okay. Thereby, you can do more, and you do more by being a husband, or a wife, or a father or mother, and a friend. Okay. So secret number 3: how to set your trades continually and trade 24/7, even when you don't have the time to do it. And this is the Aerospace Trajectory Strategy Story. Okay. So when we were doing trajectory analysis, we were given a bunch of inputs too, just a bunch of settings, and we'll set up our flight path and all that stuff, but we'll have a lot of inputs, independent variables, and then we'll have some outputs. Okay. And we don't know how this trajectory is going to turn. I don't know how much to pitch this, how much to turn, how much boost, and all this other stuff. Like, I've never been in a rocket, I've never flown a rocket, but yet they want us to simulate this, and I have never had any experience doing it. But all I know is that I can change a number, and they know that we can just change a number and test it. It's a simulation. And so that's where I brought that strategy over in that trajectory. So we would, it's kind of like the golf analogy, in the sense, after I was doing this trajectory simulation, as long as we can do a good initial guess, it's kind of like the golf driver. I can hit that golf ball into the green. If it's in the green, the trajectory simulation will then put it into the hole. Okay, so that's the initial guesses versus the massaging part to get the golf ball into the hole. But in trading, there is no hole, in a sense that you don't get an actual convergence. It's just maximizing and pushing out the ROI and getting the highest ROI as we can. Okay? So that's the only thing that's a little different about the mindset of it all. Alright, so what we do is now we tune the settings automatically, then we forward test, and then we clone the SimBots to the live wallet. And this is the AutoTuner that we've created to help you do that. You can then select the simulator wallet. We can select the base coin and then all the coin pairs that you want, and then it'll constantly tune, and then once it's done tuning, it will then move on to the next bot. Okay. Alright, so this is a 3-hour demonstration. I'm going to give you 3 hours, but I'm just going to give you a fast forward version of this. So hold on a second. Alright, so this is a recorded tuning of SimBot. So what it does is it's going to take a template bot, and then from that template it goes ahead and clones it to the coins list that you created. So then once it's created, it then goes ahead and throws initial guesses into it and then back tests it. And once it gets a back test of it, then it can constantly go and look for results that are doing well. Okay, so this is it in action. Let me just kind of forward test it a little bit. So there you go. It back tests it. It changes something. Back tests it again. And then once it keeps on going, you can see the ROI kind of start to increase a little bit based on the back test. So this is 13%. Once it's done, it cannot go no more. Then it will, so they will then forward test it and then go on to the next coin pair. And it keeps stacking and does this automatically. So let me kind of forward test it here. So you kind of see it's moving on to ELF now. It's moving over to ICX coin. So it goes through this, and it's able to tune each coin in about 10 to 15 minutes per bot. Okay, I'm supposed to do it manually it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to do it manually and test it. Okay, so they look at 45% ROI based on these back tests here, and it'll then go ahead and forward test it. So now, okay, so that's how you're able to do a lot of these bots while you sleep. So in about 24 hours, you'll have about probably 50 bots. In about 2 days, you'll have about 100 of these bots running, forward tested, searching and scanning for good positive results, and then you can then pick up the ones on the dashboard, which then lets you see overall which bots are performing, and then clone those to a live wallet. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and move that out of the way. All right. So let me ask you a question. What do you guys think so far? Are you guys excited? So I want to ask you if it's okay for you to show you what I have to offer with this. If yes, stay on. If not, go ahead. Thank you so much for joining this presentation. And I hope that you've learned a lot and you'll be able to apply what you learned to your trading and do it manually. It'll still work. But if you want to know more on how to do this automatically, I'd like to present to you the AutoTuner. Okay, then go ahead and stay on. Alright, so what you're gonna get is the AutoTuner and Trader account. So it does the 4 simulations, and then it'll automatically check for those that are doing well, and then switch it to a live trading wallet. Okay. All right. So with this, our AutoTuner members can tune up to 50 Mad Hatter sim bots, and then it can tune the bots 24/7. So if those settings expire, it will go back and check. Hey, it's been over a week and nothing's happening on it, or the ROI is bad. It'll go ahead and retune the old stale bots. Okay. And then you'll be able to set up one trade wallet, and then the ones that are doing well, you can create up to 5 live bots. Okay. All right. So you'll be able to tune 50 cryptocurrency pairs, kind of like when I say pairs, it's kind of like XRP or Ripple slash BTC. There should be BTC here, but I'll fix that later. Forward test box. You can then forward test the bots automatically. And as soon as they're tuned, it'll automatically clone the sim bots to 5 live wallets that are doing well, 24/7. Okay. So with this, you'll never have to babysit tick marks all day. Okay, you don't have to do it anymore. Okay, you don't have to be emotional about your trading, and you don't have to stay up late waiting for an entry or exit at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, and so let's say some of you guys who already have the AutoTuner. Well, if you already have it, it will upgrade your AutoTuner level to the enterprise level and will push your payments out for a full year. Okay. Now, if you got grandfather in the way early one, then it might not make sense for you to do this. You might just keep what you have. But if you're at a level that would make sense, then this might be for you. Alright, so what happens after a year? Well, after a year, you'll continue with the price that you locked in with us. You'll be grandfathered in for existing customers, and then for new customers, you'll lock in your current price. So as long as you're a paying member, you won't be charged anymore. Okay, and because we're gonna be planning on a pay-as-you-grow plan for the future. So as you're making more, we're gonna have to adjust it because we're on it's gonna be a web version, where the web services uses more bandwidth, more CPU, it gets charged more, and you kind of have to grow with that in order to for it to make sense for everybody. Okay. So what you're gonna get the AutoTuner for 6 months, which is a $1,599 value. Okay. You can get the advanced bot training to show you how to set this all up, and other strategies that are in the bot training program. You're gonna learn how to set your AutoTuner to tune and trade 24/7. Okay, and we'll show you how to optimize your results. Okay, by using trailing stop losses, take profit depending on your bear or bull market. We also have different strategies that we need to adjust, and it has to dynamically adapt to it and know how to adapt accordingly. Okay. So, how many of you guys have disposable income? You guys go with coffee and this and that. I know that no matter what, disposable income always will come. Money will always come back to you. Okay. So I just want you to know that. And plus, remember, money is funny money. It's faked. All right. It's created. It's fiat money. It's created out of thin air. Just so you know. And it's used to, instead make us scared, and so that we don't want to take risk and all this other stuff. Okay. But it puts us where we need to be, working the 9 to 5, enslaving us all day long. Credit and taxes and all that other stuff that I talked about before. All right, so your time is so valuable. Your time with your family, the time with the people you love, is priceless. You're never gonna get that back. Okay, but money replenishes. Okay, and remember, it's created out of thin air, backed by nothing. So why are you, or why are some people so, scared about it, or, in a sense, hold on it too tightly? Okay. So money is replenishable. It's created out of thin air, backed by nothing. Just let that sink in for a little bit. Okay. What is it that you're really working for? All right. And why are you trading your life for it? So let me go ahead and show you the 6-week advanced bot training. Basically, it's going to teach you how to learn how to bot trade professionally and not gamble, how to set up automatic tuning process for success, understanding the trading signals under the hood, understand how to manage the risk with the safety bots. Okay, so the market does tank, it does, but the bots can catch that and get you out as soon as possible. And it'll teach you how to make adjustments to your bots. How to optimize your bots with trailing stop losses. So if it goes up, you don't want to sell right now, right? You want to kind of trail it up and watch it go up. and take as much profit as you can. So who has this work for? This has worked for stay-home parents, people wanting to quit their day job, and non-techie baby boomers. Okay. So what are you going to get? You're going to get the AutoTuner free for 6 months, $1,599 value. 6-week advanced bot training, $2,997 value. And a total, which is a total value of $5,994. Okay. Well, but what else do you need? Non-techie, or you probably need priority support. So we're going to give you 6 weeks of priority support. Any issues relating to the setup, bot trading questions, how to set up something up the way you want it, license resets, you'll skip the line and you'll be directed to us in our special Discord channel. We'll be able to walk through you, do a screen share, and a voice call over the internet. Okay. So what you're gonna get? You're gonna get the AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,599 value. 6 weeks advanced bot training at $2,907 value. 6-week priority support at $997 value. A total value of $5,593. Are you guys getting this so far? Is this awesome? Okay. And if all this was to help you trade professionally and not gamble, to free you from the 9 to 5, would it be worth it? Help you, and if all this did was help you trade all coin pairs, even though you don't know how or hate trading, so you could take the emotion out of trading, wouldn't it be worth it? And if all this did was help you trade 24/7 continually, even though you don't have the time to do it, and allowed you to do more what you love, wouldn't it be worth it? Well, it'd be worth it for me. Are you guys getting this? Isn't this fantastic? Nod your head if you agree. Okay. So, I had two choices here. You know, the first option was to go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible, but it wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value. And the more people have this strategy, then it probably won't be no strategy, right? So, the second option requires a little bit higher investment, but in exchange I can devote more time and more resources to guarantee your success. Okay, so I can give you more time and be able to serve more people with higher value and higher quality. Okay, so you can see that why it's a good deal even at $5,000, but normally it's $2,997 for the general public, but because you're special, you can get started now for just $1,997 today. And all you have to do is click the button below that will show up later. Don't click on this video because it's just a video. It's not going to go anywhere. Or you can just go to autotuner.io/go. Okay? If you're ready to do that, go ahead and do that right now. Okay? So bonus number 1. You're probably also going to need a trade bot, right? So you're going to get 6 months of Haas Online Trade Bot Advanced License, which is approximately $997 value. If you go to the website right now, 1.144 bitcoins that currently is priced at 7,400. It's about 1,600, which we're giving that to you, okay, so that you can have what you need to trade. So you can probably say, hey, what if I already have a Haas license? Well, let me know when you are ready to transition over. Then we'll get you that license. But also, we're planning on switching over to our own trade part. So when it says you won't even need Haas anymore, you'll then use the AutoTuner equation that we've set up that includes the MACD, RSI, and the Bollinger Bands, and be able to kind of tweak and tune the equation itself and save you this fee. Okay, so we'll be able to grandfather you into that one if you already have the AutoTuner, or if you already have a Haas license. Okay, but if that's not ready by then we'll get you Haas until we get that done. Okay. Bonus number 2, you get lifetime access to the private traders group, network and chat with other professional bot traders. $2,997 value. You guys getting this? Okay. So what you're gonna get? AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,599 value. 6 weeks of advanced bot training, $2,997 value. 6 weeks of prior support, $997 value. Bonus number 1, 6 months of Haas license is a $997 value. Private traders group, $2,997 value. A total value of $9,587. Okay, so are you guys getting this so far? Nod your head, you are. So what's freedom worth to you? Well, you're just one recurring income source away. All right. Are you guys? What do you guys think about that? Is that awesome? It's just one recurring income source. Do you see how this can help you? So, 2,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, more like what do you need? How much would you pay to get that? To get a recurring income source. So do you ever see pictures of yourself? Not yourself, but you ever see pictures and thought that to yourself, like you wish you were there, like you see your family or your kids out at school or they're going on a field trip. You're like, man, I wish I could be there, but I have to be at work, or I have to go here. I have to go on a trip, business trip, and I was able to be there for my family, for my kids, and it's just a simple thing of just helping them, hammer a nail to a board, but just that time together was awesome. Just to be able to bond with her, connect with her, and ask her questions and talk to her, And be there with my family, my wife. Son can't talk yet, but I'm sure he subconsciously probably knows I'm there for him. And especially, most importantly, being with my wife. I love her very much, and she means the world to me. And I just want to say, you and your spouse is priority number one. And then the kids is priority number two. Okay, because we are setting the example for our kids to follow. And if we make our kids number one and putting our spouse second, what are they going to do to their next generation? Okay. Biblically, it's to make sure that the husband and wife is together, in sync, working as a team, as one flesh, and then the kids also know that mom and daddy comes first. Okay, that's most important. Not that they're and not so that they don't think that they're the ruler and they get whatever they want. We also need to make sure they're disciplined too. Okay. All right. So I know that the business or job that you're in right now, you do it because it provides. Whether you like it or hate what you do. So why not choose a vehicle and do it because it also provides freedom, whether you like it or hate it. I don't like trading, but I know it will help you and your family. Okay. So would you do it for your family over and over again? I would do it over and over for my family each and every day, even though I don't like trading. Okay, but I don't have to trade because the bot does it for me. So hope you guys get that. So over in the past hour, would you agree it's been time well spent so far? I can't cover everything for you, in an hour webinar. So even if we have all day, I just can't do it. I don't have the time. Okay, and I'd rather be spending time with my family. All right, but for a small group of people who come through, I will dedicate my time to helping you help your family. So this special offer, so you can get that. So in this special offer, you can get everything you need to know in more detail. It will help you trade, get the tools you need, and get you set up for success. Okay. So if you act fast, I'm gonna give you a very special deal. So what you're gonna get is the AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,599 value, 6 weeks advanced bot training, $2,997 value, 6 weeks priority support, $997 value. Bonus number one, 6 months of Haas license, which is already worth $997 value. Private traders group for $2,997. Total value $9,587. You get that today for $997 today. You can go open a browser and don't click on this video because it's not a link. Type in autotuner.com/go. Actually, it's autotuner.io/go. Let me fix that. Sorry. Alright, so for the first 10 people, we're going to give you the quick start setup settings. Wouldn't it be awesome if all you had to do was use the same settings we had and get the same success and just run it? You don't have to kind of like figure it out, maybe adjust the settings, make sure you pick the right pairs or the first, right priority of them, and all that other stuff. It'll just be given that to you, right? So you can just be off and running. That's worth $997 value, given to you for the first 10 people only. Okay, are you guys getting this? You see how this can help you? Okay, so now you have two choices. The first option is do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk free. There's a 30-day return. If it's not working for you, you don't like it at all, just give us a call and we'll give you a refund. Okay, before 30 days are up. Second option is put up the small investment today compared to all the value you get in return and just give it a shot. Okay. If it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it back. Alright. So what you're gonna get is AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,599 value, 6 weeks of advanced spot training, $2,997 value, 6 weeks of prior support, $997 value. Bonus number 1, 6 months of Haas license, which is worth $997 on the website. You can see for yourself. Bonus number 2, private traders group, $2,997 value, and that's a lifetime private traders group. And bonus number 3, the quick start settings worth $997 that get you started right away, and you're off and running. You don't have to worry about learning curves or anything. It's just done for you. Okay. Total value of $10,584. And it will give you the 30-day guarantee. Sign up today. If you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 29 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes from now. Just let me know and we'll give you your money back. Okay. The real question is it worth taking a chance with a few minutes of your time to check this out? To set your bots to monitor automatically. Okay. So tell 2 people. You know, you can you can keep working and trading your life and your valuable time for that fake funny money, doing the same thing over and over, punching holes or manufacturing or sitting at that desk, or you could change how you play the game and create assets that make money. Okay. So let me show you what to do next. Type the URL autotuner.io/go. You can't click this link, remember, it's a video. And if there's something in the chat box or somewhere below that pops up, click on that. That should take you to a browser, and then you'll be able to then get signed up and get started. Okay. So what you're gonna get is the AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,597 value. 6 weeks of advanced bot training, $2,997 value. 6 weeks of prior support, $997 value. Bonus number 1, oops. Bonus number 1, 6 months of Haas license at $997 value. Bonus number 2, private traders group. Bonus number 3, quick start settings at $997 value. Total value $10,584. And if you didn't sign up immediately, say goodbye to this, to the stress. Reason number 1, okay? You can say goodbye to the stress of trading. Where you're just like, I don't know what to do. You're stressed out. You're taking so many losses. You're like, you don't have to worry about that stress anymore. Okay, just let the bots do what they do consistently and trust it. Okay. And then before and after, when you remember how you're doing it now, what your life is right now, just imagine what your life would be after, when you know you have an asset that's trading for you consistently, slowly, not taking crazy risks, just consistently moving forward towards and making progress every single day. Think about what that would be after a month. Okay. So let me show you the process of registering. Go open a browser, type in autotuner.io/go, and then you'll be open to this registration page. Go ahead and fill your name, your credit card number, pick the payment plan that you like, and add to cart. Simple as that. Okay. So I want to let you know that I'm nothing special. I'm not even good at trading. I don't even like trading, and I don't even like staying up late watching tick marks. But I can still trade throughout the day, leveraging the knowledge developed by expert traders, using the same indicators that experts use. So what you're going to get is the AutoTuner for 6 months, $1,599 value. 6 weeks of advanced bot training, $2,997 value. 6 weeks of prior support, $997 value. Bonus number 1, 6 months of Haas license, $997 value. Bonus number 2, private traders group, lifetime for $2,997 value. Quick start settings for $997 value. Total value of $10,584. For the first 10 people, and for the first 10 people, we're not going to give you just 50 cryptocurrency pairs. You can do unlimited bots. Like XRP, BTC, basically Binance holds like over 200 coin pairs. You will do it. XRP Ethereum, you do XRP Tether, XRP, whatever that they host. They can do unlimited coin pairs. You'll be able to test all those automatically as soon as they're tuned. Automatically clone SIM bots to live bots, not just do 5, but unlimited live bots for the first 10 people. So the first 10 people, unlimited sim bots, unlimited live bots, priceless value. So what you're gonna get is AutoTuner for 6 months with unlimited bots, 6 weeks of advanced bot training, $2,997 value, and 6 weeks of prior support, $997 value. Lifetime private auto trader group, $597 value. Bonus number 1, 6 months of Hazeline 9 license, $997 value that you will see on the website. Bonus number 2, private traders group, $2,997 value. Total value is priceless because you can do unlimited bots. And you can get started for today for only $1,997 today. Okay, remember that's only for the first 10 people. Okay, so here, you have any questions? Let me go through some of these that you might have. Can I automate my own custom strategy? I know that we have our own AutoTuner sequence, how we tune. We're working on the subway strategy, subway analogy, where the AutoTuner is the subway sandwich. We're going to allow you to be able to use that sandwich and be able to take away, add to, or modify the strategy by simply providing you with the ingredients. Okay, so you can use those ingredients to build your own strategy, your own tuning process, and your own management process to say, hey, we're in a bull market. I want to do a trailing profit take instead of a trailing stop loss. Oh, is it bull? Yeah, bull for trailing stop loss. Or if you're in a bear market, you want to do a profit take instead, and be able to pull information from different websites and with different sources, and be able to pull those into the strategy too. Okay, so we're going to be providing you with the ingredients. You'll be able to see the code as it's working and be able to troubleshoot and debug on your own. So yes, you can automate and create your own custom strategy, but we'll give you a baseline simple strategy that we use that works, so that you can use it as a baseline and improve it and optimize it to your liking. Okay, if you have any other questions that I did not talk about in here, you can email support@autotuner.io. Leave us a message with your credit card number, expiration, CCV, and zip code. We won't charge you. We just want to make sure that you're ready to move forward. And you have one last question, and once we answer that question, you let us know that you're ready to get started, and we'll go ahead and get your account created for you and lock in your reserve price. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this webinar. I hope you guys get it. Nod your head you are. I hope you guys are excited and you guys think this is fantastic. And I'm excited to serve you and your family. And go ahead and visit the site now, and we'll talk to you on the inside. Goodbye.